Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, we've heard about the working conditions inside of Disney Corporation for a while and how them not always treating their creatives very well at all. Well, of course, it's going to be no different over there at Marvel, which, of course, now Disney completely and totally owns every single aspect of it with the acquisition of Fox. And, well, they are now about to lose one of their biggest creators of all time. Yes, the Deadpool creator, Rob Liefeld, says he is done with Disney Marvel, boys and girls, because they just ain't treating him right. And this is a problem that we've seen a lot in the modern era of Hollywood, right? These elites out there that think that they know so much better than the original creators, that they can do things all their own way and not have any pride, and just do it their own thing. I mean, we saw what happened with Eternals, right? I mean, come on, man. Like Miss Marvel, the Marvels, any of this kind of stuff out there, like we have seen them just absolutely disrespect and trash these characters. And of course, color us shocked there that Disney Marvel has no respect for the actual creative genius behind the Deadpool character as well. So color us shocked there. So we're going to check out this article from cosmicbook.news, getting everything exactly that he has said and what a little bit of and whether or not we've heard any response from them. But the legacy media, of course, has put their own 2 cents in as well. So we're going to check out all this article, get into all of the juicy details, see exactly why Rob Liefeld is walking away from Disney Marvel. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing, and we just crossed 1,600. So shout out to each and every one of you out there on our way to 1,700. And I could not do this without every single one of you. Also, let us know what you think about this. Do you think this is going to cause damage to the Deadpool brand going forward with Rob Liefeld leaving? Do you think Disney Marvel should treat them better? Or do you think with all of the money he's making, he should just shut up and take it? Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. And if you'd like to support the channel, please check out the links in the description as well. All right, from Cosmic Book News and our dear sweet Matt McGloin. Deadpool creator Rob Liefeld says Kevin Feige doesn't treat comic book creators well. Deadpool creator Rob Liefeld says the head of Marvel, Kevin Feige, doesn't treat comic book creators well and that he will no longer be part of Marvel. First, a bit of history. Marvel Comics used to be separate than Marvel Studios. Kevin Feige was in charge of the films, but Marvel Entertainment under Ike Perlmutter and his Marvel Comics Creative Committee were in charge of the comics and TV brands. That's like the things when we got like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and like all the Netflix Daredevil deals and like all of that good stuff. Yeah, that guy, Ike Perlmutter, the one they ran out of Disney. That's when you got things like Netflix shows, including Daredevil, stellar comics like Annihilation, Planet Hulk, World War Hulk, and Civil War. Feige became in charge of all of Marvel back in 2019. It's safe to say Marvel hasn't been the same since. It's also well known that Kevin Feige didn't get along with Marvel TV and comics people, and that they butted heads. Reportedly, Perlmutter didn't like Feige's injection of woke content to Marvel, among other things. And it's one of those things, too, like we've seen how abysmally bad, like the Disney Marvel shows have been on Disney Plus since all of this stuff changed and Kevin Feige got in charge of everything, right? Because they got rid of all of the people that actually know how to make television, right? And he just thought all of his movie people could just make television shows. And obviously, we've seen how that has been a absolute disastrous dumpster fire because of how bad the ratings just continue to get over and over again for every single new Marvel television show they put out there. It's just not in a healthy place at all. Rob Liefeld, the creator known for Deadpool and Cable and lots more, which led to the MCU's billion-dollar Deadpool and Wolverine, opened up about Kevin Feige and Marvel on his latest episode of his Robservations podcast and said more while speaking with The Hollywood Reporter. Kevin Feige does not treat comic book creators well. This is my personal experience, Liefeld said on the podcast. He told The Hollywood Reporter, do I think he can improve his relationship with comic creators? Yes, which is totally fair. Totally fair. So Liefeld didn't like that he and his family weren't invited into the Deadpool and Wolverine after party, something he attended with the previous Deadpool movies at Fox before the Disney acquisition. Notice that big change out there? Liefeld says he felt snubbed by Kevin Feige, who was near him at the red carpet premiere but didn't even bother acknowledging him. It was meant to embarrass, diminish, defeat me, Liefeld said on his podcast in regards to not getting an invite to the after party. Liefeld added in a tweet, not so much as a single handshake. Classless. Wow. Kevin Feige's a douchebag. In addition, Liefeld says Marvel deleted photos of him with Deadpool and Wolverine team at the premiere. Rude. So they're just so petty too, right? Like that's what it really comes down to. They're just so petty over all of this stuff. So regarding exiting Marvel, Liefeld made the decision in July after the premiere. At some point you go, I've received the message and the message is clear, he said on the podcast. According to Liefeld, things started to go sour with him and Marvel in early 2023 when Roy Thomas was given co-creator credit for Wolverine. Len Wein has been credited as the creator of Wolverine, and Kristen Valdea, the widow of Wein, was upset with the decision, who Liefeld is close to. And as you see here, the Kirby estate sued Marvel, the Ditko estate sued Marvel. This is not not a particular strength for them. Yeah, absolutely. It is not working very well at all for them. So Liefeld and Deadpool's team up number 5 is his last comic book at Marvel Comics, which gets published next week. This is not just Deadpool that gets a good send-off by me and Deadpool team up number 5. I'm saying goodbye to many of my favorite creations. Excited to wrap it up with all the fellas. So at least you'll be getting one more comic book out of him, and that's good as well. That's really good to see as well. And he gets to properly finish it his way and gets to do the proper send-off. Hopefully they don't fuck it up in the editing or some shit like that. Try to be little bastards about it. Liefeld says it's not about the money, as he claims to have one of the richest deals among Marvel creators. He says he sent Marvel an email in June of 2024 asking to receive special credit on Deadpool and Wolverine and anything else they could offer him. Movie premieres, promotion opportunities, etc. Deadpool and Wolverine does have that Liefeld's Just Feet store. While Marvel credits creators in the after credits of the end of the movie, Liefeld wanted to be credited before the movie, like the opening credits of 1978's Superman listed Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster as the creators of Superman. So it's not like it's out of the realm of possibility to do. It's not like this isn't something that has happened in the past. I mean, Superman, that's like the first superhero movie, right? Like that's everybody's credit to that one. So yeah, I mean, why not do it the same way? It's his creation. He created Deadpool, and honestly, as a guy that's read pretty much every Deadpool comic that they had on like the little Marvel app or whatever that they had years back, like yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff, and he created an incredibly rich universe. He did this. Is the worst part about this. It's just trash. The way they treat people, it's just trash. Liefeld also wrote in the email, Marvel's treatment of creators has never been their strength. Without the worlds, the characters, and the concepts we create, and in this specific case, the world of Deadpool, there are no films to shoot. No blockbusters to distribute. I'm not the easy button at Staples. I am the human imagination behind it all. And he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. It's also noted that if he asked, his request could be sent to Kevin Feige or even Disney CEO Bob Iger, but it went nowhere. Comic book creators cannot continue to be relegated as afterthoughts. This is easy to address. Unless I reach out to address it, it will never manifest, says Liefeld. According to the Hollywood Reporter, Liefeld didn't receive a response, and Marvel didn't like the email. Liefeld believes that tensions led to him not being invited to the Deadpool and Wolverine after party. Liefeld also adds that while he was invited to the Deadpool and Wolverine set in London, that he felt unwelcome, but he didn't expand upon those thoughts. Disney and Marvel haven't responded, and it's unlikely they will. Well, yeah, not publicly anyway. They're a bunch of cowards, but that's how things work. An insider for the Hollywood Reporter shot back at Liefeld. While we respect what he's contributed, he does not respect what others have contributed. Oh, somebody's kind of salty. I mean, like literally, you guys were literally ripping off his creations and his storylines in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, right? It was Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, just in a reverse, right? Like it's literally in like all the core of the Deadpools, all of them coming out and fighting and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I literally read that story, all right, in the books. So this is just absolutely ridiculous. And see, Graham Nolan brings up this isn't the first time it's happened. That sucks, Rob, but welcome to the club. Chuck Dixon and I got no credit for Bane in The Dark Knight Rises either. Like these corporations create anything disrespectful. Absolutely. And Graham Nolan's an absolute legend, and so is Chuck Dixon. Yeah, that's just absolutely garbage. I'm sorry, Graham, feeling you, my man. Since credits are funny things, folks clamor for proper credit, myself included. We want the truth represented. We often have to engage legally to maintain what was credited decades back. But the time has a way of maintaining receipts from all the corners. And the internet is forever as well. Absolutely is. Valerio says here, I'm sad to find out how you were treated. It's really sad, especially because if you really think about it, that thanks to your comic book artist that the MCU exists and Feige is where he is. Absolutely. Rob Field says, yeah, comic book creators, they are shooting nothing. Absolutely. Without all the guys that did that stuff. Absolute legend. So of course, Rob being an absolute, just absolute class act kind of guy. Thank you, everyone who's reached out today. I appreciate you all so much. I will always believe that comic creators are special and deserve special treatment. It costs nothing to share a kind word. Sadly, even that was beneath Marvel and Disney. So, wow. So, yeah, literally, Deadpool creator is like, screw you guys. I'm out. I'm done. I got one book in me left. It's going to be done. It's going to premiere. And other than that, I'm walking away from you. I'm not bothering with you guys anymore. And that's honestly, considering the state of the comic book industry right now and like how bad sales are for a lot of this kind of stuff out there, this is the last thing that they need, is to lose such an absolute legendary creator who has given us so many great stories and built such a beautiful, wonderful world surrounded by this the first, the merc with the mouth, the illegitimate, the first real anti-hero out there that became popular and mainstream. You know what I mean? And it's like one of those things for them just to disrespect him like that. Well, you know what? We've seen what happens more often than not when they decide to disrespect their creative geniuses behind a lot of these projects, whether it be Walt Disney himself or whether it be Rob Liefeld. And at the end of the day, things will end up suffering. And the worst part is it's going to be suffering for a lot of Marvel comic fans out there who are actually enjoying all of his Deadpool stuff. But hey, at least you get one more ride. And Kevin Feige and all of the rest of you over there, Disney CEO, Bob Iger, and everybody else, you need to do better. We know you can. Do better. Treat the creators of these multi-billion-dollar properties that you have a hold of right now, treat them with the respect they deserve. If not, you're no better than anybody else. And guess what? Rob Liefeld is giving you the big old fuck you, Kevin Feige. And hey, it's exactly what you deserve.